And if you were wondering, hey, are you live? Well, we are now.
Hello.
And I'm gonna get...
Yeah, who else here?
Do you want to tag me in the video?
Sure. I'd love to tag you in the video.
Tag. Yay. I'm tagged. Woohoo. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Christine. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Justin.
I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see.
Justin. Dina.
Hey, Dina.
Hey, Dina. April. Katie.
Hey.
Jennifer.
All right.
Let's see. You know, I was tagged.
Yeah, I did.
But I'm not showing a video
Uh-oh.
yet. So we'll refresh. We'll keep refreshing until a video pops up. Hi, Terry.
How's everyone doing today?
Ashley. All right. Okay, turning my volume off. We're on. What do you think?
All right.
Too orange? Y'all think we're too orange?
Does the picture look okay? Is the sound okay? Give me a big thumbs up. Click on the thumbs, like the like button.
Give us some.
If everything is...
Or hearts.
If you can hear us.
You can give us hearts too. We love love.
I like hearts. I like hearts.
We like love. Love is good. All right.
All right. You know what the problem is like they're over here, but they don't scroll up the screen like they do on your phone.
Well, that's why I have the phone here.
Okay, so you can see.
Yeah, I'm monitoring. Yeah.
But I can't look at that because it's delayed.
I can. Hi, Jim. Hey, Justin, thanks for the feedback. Sound is good, picture is good.
Yay!
Excellent. Oh, look at those hearts.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh, now it's going. Okay.
Yay!
Okay.
We get hearts. Hi, Michael. Glad to have you on.
All right.
Well, the song's almost over, so maybe we should get started.
Maybe. You guys ready to get going?
All right. I'm going to turn that off.
All right. Maybe. You got to keep holding it. There we go. All right.
I am back.
Back. See, when she moves, it goes dark.
Yeah. I'm going to try
The world is dark without you, Christine.
The world is dark without me, so I'll stay. Won't you stay?
Won't you stay?
All right.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. How y'all doing? So glad you could join us. Woo, woo.
All right. So,
I want to do housekeeping.
okay. Christine's going to do housekeeping.
Housekeeping. Okay, a couple of housekeeping items. If you're watching this live, go ahead and type your questions as you are hearing this. And I'm going to be monitoring, and Carrie's going to be monitoring when the other is talking. So we'll take care of questions at the end, if there are any. We might make up a few. It's all good. If you're watching the recording of this, go ahead and leave questions in the thread of this video, and we'll also both be monitoring it and watching so that we will get back to you.
And if we don't know the answer, we'll make it up. It's all good.
It's all good.
All good.
We're really good at making stuff up. And it's 95% true.
Always.
Because, you know, every statistic.
It's right.
Okay, so we're not going to be presenting any tables or graphs, so you can watch our beautiful faces if you like, or you can go do dishes or something else that you want to do. Just be sure to bring us with you, please.
Can I see what?
Sounds like a party there.
Yes.
It sure is. It's always a party
Always.
when we're in the house.
Always a party.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, hello and welcome to Side Hustle 101 Facebook Live event. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Christine Brock. I am a health systemics wellness advocate, and I am a side hustle coach. What am I again?
What are you?
Who am I? My passion, my personal passion is healing and wholeness, body, soul, and spirit. The kind of wholeness that one experiences like hand in hand with true inner peace. In Hebrew, there is a word, y'all have probably heard it, it's shalom, and it's often translated as peace, but what it really means in its fullness is nothing broken, nothing missing.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that. Shalom peace, the kind where one experiences complete health and wholeness, is at the center of my business values. So that's me, and I'm pleased to present Carrie Brooks, who will tell you a little bit about herself now.
All right. Well, my name is Carrie, as Christine has said. And first of all, I want to congratulate you for being here. The person who invited you to this presentation saw qualities in you that they thought would be a good fit for a type of business like this. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to assume, if you are watching something called Side Hustle 101, mm-hmm. that you are the kind of person who doesn't want to settle for the status quo, mm-hmm. and that you mm-hmm. are open-minded and looking to do something different in your life.
Or you know people who need something different in their life, and you're going to love on them.
Yep. So I know we are all super busy, so I'm going to try and keep this as concise as possible. But I'm going to tell you up front, there's no way I can give you all of the information that you need to make a decision in this very short video. So the person that invited you, or whose post that you saw that led you here, they will get back with you and answer questions that you have in the next couple of days. So what I would suggest is that you write down your questions now so you remember what you meant to ask them or what wasn't clear as we go through this. Mm-hmm. So can I get some likes if that sounds like a good plan?
I have to keep remembering that, like, I have to go this way for something to be seen, because I'm like sticking my thumb out here. No one can see that.
So, okay. So let me start out with just the
likes and hearts. Yay. Oh, yay.
So let me give you the Cliff Note version of my story.
This is a great story. I'm serious. Like, your story makes me like, aww. It's a good story.
But they're just getting the Cliff Note version.
Okay,
so I'm just going to hit the highlights.
Hit the highlights.
When I was first introduced to this concept, I was a single mom with 4 kiddos, and 3 of them had the autoimmune disease and were pretty sick. So I was working full-time, but I still needed to go to the food bank at the end of the month because there was more month than money. I was working as hard as I could, but I just couldn't seem to catch a break. Can you guys relate to that? When I first started, I invested 10 to 20 hours a week in addition to my 40, 50, 60 hour a week career. But after a consistent time working this concept, I was able to quit my full-time job. And so now I'm making 3-4 times the amount of money working my 20 hours a week doing this than I ever did at my full-time job.
Which is exciting, because this is my side hustle, and like when my side hustle reaches 5 times my current income, my side hustle will become my full hustle. But this is living testimony of a side hustle becoming the whole hustle.
The whole hustle.
The whole hustle.
So, but if there's one thing that I am 100% certain of, is that I can do it, anybody can do this. It doesn't matter what you look like, what clothes you wear, what car you drive, what level of education you have. If you work with this system, it will work. But before I get ahead of myself, Christine, I'm going to turn it back over to Christine, because I know there's a lot of misconceptions that people always come in with. So I want to clear those up right away. So Christine's going to go over some things that this is not what we're talking about.
What we're talking about. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about 3 things that this is not. 1, it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If you are looking to make some fast money and then move on to something else, this is not the right business for you.
Nope.
Be real clear right that. What I'm going to be talking about is other-centered work, which has long-term relationships at its core. Number 2. This is not a pyramid scheme. Let's be really clear here. A pyramid scheme is illegal. It is basically when goods or services are promised and never delivered. What we're going to be talking about is honest work. And I want to just touch on this pyramid scheme bit one more time. I'll give you an example because a lot of people just don't really know. If y'all remember Bernie Madoff, right? He basically...
That name is perfect
for
what he did.
He
made off.
Right? Madoff. But basically what he did was he promised people a minimum of 7% return on their investment. And he never invested the money. What he did was he kept placing people, and the more money you invested, the higher he would put you in his scheme. And then what would happen is some people made money, but all the people on the bottom saw nothing because it kept feeding into this higher level. It is not that.
Nope.
No, it's honest work and it's work. So, one, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Two, it's not a pyramid scheme.
And I'm going to post at the end, when the video is over, I will post a link to some information about what a pyramid scheme is, but I really suggest that you do some of your own homework well.
Do your own homework. Yeah, because it's like if you suspect that we're promoting a pyramid scheme, you might not trust the link that we're providing.
Right. So do your own homework.
Do your homework, but it's not a pyramid scheme. Also, it's not a high risk or high cost business venture. You're not going to be asked to shell out large sums of money with questionable returns on your investment. What we are going to be talking about is profitable work, which is only limited to your personal drive to succeed. All right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to now turn it over to Carrie on different ways that folks have or can earn income.
Right. All right, so what I want to do is lay a little bit of groundwork on some different business concepts. Some of you may be completely familiar with all of this, and others might be, there might be some new information in here. But let's start at looking at the 40-40-40 plan. Mm-hmm. With the 40-40-40 plan, you go to school, you get a good job, and you work 40 hours a week for 40 years, and then you retire on 40% of what you couldn't live on in the first place.
In the first place, yeah.
So give me a little sad face if this is the program that you're currently on.
Here I go.
So
sad face.
Let's take a quick look at why this program doesn't work anymore, because it did work for our grandparents and maybe our parents, depending on how old you are.
Yeah.
My, this company excluded. So every year the cost of goods and services goes up, but our income doesn't.
No.
And there's a reason for that. Most of your income on the 40-40-40 plan is derived by spending your time. You work an hour, you get paid for an hour. If you want more money, you've got two choices. You can spend more hours working, or you can invest some of your work hours to increase the value of your time by going back to school or getting a certificate or training. The problem with spending your time for dollars, though, is that just like with your regular money, once you've spent it, it's gone. You only have a limited number of hours to spend earning dollars.
Right.
And once you've topped out, then you start giving up eating, sleeping, spending time with your family, friends.
Right.
And I don't know about you guys, but spending time with my family and friends is extremely important to me.
Very.
And when I was working 60, 70 hours a week, I didn't have time.
Plus, there's also that thing, most of us want to, donate additional money to causes we like or volunteer. And if that money is not there or that time is not there, that's out of the picture.
Right. So if there was a way that you could invest your time so that you got paid multiple times for the same hour of work, which is kind of think about that concept. You work 1 hour and you get paid multiple times on that same hour.
Like an investment for money, but with your time.
Do you think that would make sense to do?
I'm going to give you a heart for that.
Aw, you get a heart.
Yep.
Okay.
Makes sense to me. Anybody else want to give her some hearts?
So this type of income is called residual income. Right? So I'm going to share a little bit more about that later. But before we get there, I want to talk about some of the dangers of only spending time for dollars. So what happens if you can't work for some reason?
Right.
For example, you need to take time off for family needs or an illness or a new baby, or you have an accident. Or what if something happens to the industry or the job that you work,
Right.
like the company that you work for?
Right.
What if it's outsourced to another country? If you only have spent your time for dollars, as soon as that ability to spend time is interrupted, your income stops.
Right.
Most people in America are only one catastrophe away from homeless. And
awful.
and that was me, 100%. I wasn't even a big catastrophe away from homeless. We were so far on the edge.
Wow.
Living paycheck to paycheck is very dangerous.
Absolutely.
Another danger is an unexpected expense.
Right.
According to a recent bank survey, 40% of Americans cannot afford a $500 emergency without going into debt.
Which is crazy. I mean, how many times does your car break down or something, and it's like $1,000 right there?
Right.
And that's your means to getting to your job.
Right. So most of us understand that we should be saving our money or investing our money.
Yes.
But the tax burden of being a W-2 employee, it's really difficult to have enough money to invest or save. And most of us are spending all of the money that we make every month, if not more. A lot of us have like a high credit card debt. We're spending more money every month than we're bringing in. We're just financing it at 12 to 24%.
Student loans.
Student loans.
I mean, you've made this investment in schooling because of this, job you thought was going to be there.
40 plan.
And
right?
and now you're going to spend, and I have friends whose student loans are more per month than my mortgage.
Yeah. Well, I borrowed $5,000 student loans. I paid back like $46,000 on $5,000. I paid them back $46,000. So
Wow.
Anyway, that's a whole different.
I know.
That's not in the script here. We're off script. So it's really important, I guess, is what I really want to impart to you, that it is so important to your family's security that you have more than one source of income.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, what Forbes magazine said, a side hustle is the job security of the future, is the new job security.
Right. Oh, and I didn't even touch on job security.
Yeah.
Right. Our parents used to work, grandparents, for one company their entire lives.
My mom did that.
And then that company took care of them when
Had
they
a
retired.
pension and everything.
Does that happen anymore?
I'm never going to see that.
No. That doesn't happen, at all. It just doesn't happen today. So let's talk about the most profitable way to have a second source of income is to own a business.
Yes.
So let me give you a little hint. When it comes to taxes, profits are better than wages.
Yeah.
Our tax structure favors business owners over employees. There's so many tax advantages for businesses that employees don't.
It's true.
Don't have. You don't even know them. Now, I do want to make a distinction here, though, because there's a difference between being a business owner and being self-employed.
Yes. It's a big difference.
Many of you are already doing some kind of side hustle as a self-employed person. Like some examples are photographer, real estate agent, yoga instructor, or like I was as like a bookkeeper. The tax benefits are better if you're self-employed, but they're still not the same as if you own a business.
Well, and then you run into that risk again. What if you get into a car accident, or what if you? I mean,
Right. You're still spending your time for dollars. You're not investing.
Like my chiropractor, who I adore, he got diagnosed with something and he had to close up shop. I mean, he hasn't practiced in over a year, and he had to sell his business, and it still hasn't sold.
Right.
That was 30, 40 years of his life invested in it.
Right. So the key here is that you employ or leverage other people's efforts. And that will move you into that residual income category. There's that harnessing of other people's effort allows you to earn an income beyond the amount of time that you personally have to spend. J. Paul Getty, who was one of the richest men ever, he said he would rather have 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of his own effort.
Yeah.
Okay? Does that make sense? Give me a little thumbs up thing.
Thumbs up for me.
I can't. Okay. So there are some obstacles, though, to a traditional business. The first is the initial financial outlay can be upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Second, it can take several years to turn a profit. Most new business owners don't even take a salary for the first 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
And finally, most businesses fail.
Yes.
According to the Small Business Administration's 2017 statistics, 50%, half of all new businesses fail in the first 5 years. And only 1/3 of that half is still there 10 years later.
Which is really alarming because you or an individual who's starting a business is investing anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000 on getting this thing up and running, and then to not even break even or become successful. That's a lot of money. We're not talking about that today.
Right. So while you do need to harness other people's efforts to earn a residual income, having traditional employees comes with its own set of headaches.
Absolutely.
From needing to interview, train, pay their benefits, follow the labor laws, file their tax paperwork. Most of us don't have the finances or the training to open a traditional business.
Yes.
So what Christine and I are doing and what Side Hustle 101 is all about is investing in a system that gives you, investing time in a system that gives you the tax and residual income benefit without having to hire employees, without having to open a brick and mortar store, without having to sell anything. The fun thing is that you out there in Facebook land, you're already doing everything that you need to do to make this side hustle successful.
That's right.
So give me a heart if you're ready to hear more. I got a heart from Christine.
She's
so sweet. All right, so I like to call Side Hustle 101 referral marketing. Other names that you might have heard are multi-level marketing or network marketing. These business systems have been legal since 1979, and they're one of the fastest growing business sectors in the economy, with billions of dollars of goods being moved every year. And in fact, most new millionaires in America today are in a network marketing, multi-level marketing system of some sort.
There's another statistic I want to touch on, which is real quick. They said that the number one business for women who are millionaires, so they're not CEOs of major corporations, the number one business type for women who are millionaires is what Carrie's discussing right now.
Yep. But I want to be really clear on this point, okay? I am not talking about selling anything to anyone.
No.
So let me define a couple more terms for you. The term marketing in multi-level marketing or referral marketing refers to the movement of goods from a manufacturer to the end consumer.
Yes.
So there are 3 main ways that companies market their goods. The first is retail marketing. You go to a store or an online store like Amazon, and then you buy your goods that you're going to use for that month from the store. This is how most of you get the products that you're using today. As you go to a store, you order them online. The second form of marketing is called direct sales, and this is Mary Kay, LuLaRoe, Jamberry, Unique, Tupperware, Pampered Chef, you get it. Avon. So direct sales is exactly what it sounds like. The manufacturer pays someone to sell their products directly to the end consumer.
Yeah.
So to make money with this kind of business opportunity, and people do make money at it, you buy a kit of products to demonstrate or sell, usually around $3,000 or $4,000 as your buy-in, and then you sell those products to friends and family. And in order for that kind of business to thrive, you have to keep having parties and selling and asking people to have parties for you.
But you're still spending time for dollars. If you don't have a party, you're not making an income.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, what Carrie and I are talking about is this distinction is investing time for dollars as opposed to spending time for dollars.
Good. That's a good distinction. Okay, so the third way of moving goods to the end consumer is through network marketing. Have you ever gone to a movie and then told your friends how great the movie was? Have you ever Instagrammed your dinner?
I do that all the time.
She does.
Lunch.
How about gone to Facebook and either recommended something or asked for recommendations? I'm looking for a new doctor, or I'm looking for some place to take yoga lessons. Give me some recommendations.
Yes.
Have you gone to Amazon and read the reviews over, brand A's widget versus brand B's widget?
Yes.
I think we've all done this. We look for and make product recommendations all day, every day.
Yes, we do.
But when was the last time you got a check from company A because you recommended their widget?
Never. Well,
never.
I mean, not from Amazon. No. Not from Costco.
Right? Not from all of those restaurants that she's Instagrammed her dinner at.
Not one. I haven't even gotten a coupon. Right? You think I'd at least get a coupon. No coupon for you.
No coupon for you. So, what if you can take the money that you're already spending on things such as laundry soap, makeup, shampoo, toothpaste, baby wipes, sunscreen, insect repellent, pain cream, cough drops, supplements, pet products.
Yes.
All of that money that you already spend on those products, and you spend it with a company that has those products, and they send you a thank you check. They pay you for your word of mouth that you're giving for free. Monetize your mouth. How's that? I just thought of that.
I'm going to write that down. Monetize your mouth.
Monetize your mouth. There's three things. Three things that you need to do in order to make this successful. You need to use the company's products, whatever company you choose to do this with, use their products. And then you recommend their products. And then you do step 1 and 2 again.
They can't see your hand. Like your hand's out here.
I'm talking with my hand over here, just so you know.
Which is why I've stepped in.
Okay, so there's a lot of companies out there that do this form of marketing. They use networks like this to get their products into the hands of the consumer. But I'm going to turn it back over to Christine to tell you about the company that we chose to work with and why we think you should choose this company as well.
So before I talk about the specifics of the company, I want to talk about some criteria for choosing a side hustle word of mouth company. Just broad categories, the 3 broad categories that I looked at, and I was actually very deliberate in my company's choice. The 3 broad, what are the products? 1, 2, what are the company values? And 3, what's the company's reputation? And I'll go into a little more detail, but company products, do their products align with my personal values of keeping yucky chemicals out of my home? We'll touch more about that in a minute, but that's important to me. What's the quality of their product? How does it stand up to competitive products? Right. Do they have a large range of products to appeal to everyone in my house and in yours? Because again, if I'm referring a product, I don't want them to have like 5 products. That's going to make it a little hard for me. So that's, we're looking at product, but we're also looking at company values.
Wait, can I add one more to that?
Yeah.
Consumable. You want consumable products that you're going to use and buy again.
Yes.
So,
absolutely.
you know, I love a good pair of leggings, but I only need so many.
That's in my script.
I'm sorry. I stole that.
I'm still going to say it because it's in my script. I'll be able to like skip it. I'll get to it and be like, I'm just going to read it anyway.
Just read it anyway.
Okay, so company values. This business model essentially makes you a business partner with the company of the products that you are using. So what is this company's values? Do they value human life? Are they generous to their employees? Are they generous to their business partners? Are they generous in the communities in which they serve? That's important to me. Does the company value animal life? Are they testing on animals? I don't want any animals affected from my own vanity. Okay, I can be vain, but I don't need animals injured or harmed or tested in order for me to be vain. Are there humane conditions for animals that are employed in their line of, if there are animals employed, are there humane conditions for them? And do they value plant life? Because again, if there's plants involved in this, are the plants organic? Are they sustainable? Are they looking at models that are going to be long-term beneficial? Okay, so those are company values. And then the third thing, company reputation. Hey, did this company start from the ground up or did they steal proprietary information? That's important to me. I'm not interested in, I use this philosophy, the people in your group, in your organization could be wonderful people, but if the founders of the company are a Judas, how do you expect to be blessed? I'm very, that's important to me. And actually some people have come back and said, well, you got to look at every company. I do. It's hard. Like most of my clothes come from a thrift store because I can't trust I don't want any clothes from sweatshops, but that's me. Okay. May not be you, but that's important to me. How did the company start? How was it founded? Was it founded from sweat of brow and intimate familiarity with the topic that their product entails, or are they dependent on third-party experience and excellency? Mm-hmm. I don't want third-party. I want, and again, back to values. How does it treat human, animal, and plant life? Okay, so this is the how of the criteria I use to choose my side hustle company. The why I chose my side hustle goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. Healing is my passion. And I introduced myself by saying healing is my passion. And in my quest for personal healing, I came across the use of natural herbs and medicinals for healing. I was intrigued to learn that pretty much every reference to anointing oil, holy oil, incense, perfume, sweet smelling fragrance, etc., in the Bible is a reference to essential oils. I had already been using homeopathy for a few years when I learned about essential oils. I was intrigued by essential oils. I had actually learned about them because I was reading a number of articles from PubMed.gov, PubMed.gov, which is the National Library of Medicine. And I was reading a number of articles from there, and essential oils kept coming up. I'm like, I need to look more into this. So I became a wholesale member of the best essential oil company on the planet. And I'll be honest, when I first started using essential oils, I had no interest in creating a home-based business / side hustle out of it. I just wanted wholesale pricing. That's all I wanted. And but I started to replace my existing products with theirs, and I was really impressed at how the company and their products closely align with my personal values and goals. I don't expect you to take my word for it, so I encourage you to do your own research. But here is my personal top 5 reasons of why I chose Young Living for my side hustle company.
Shocker.
And why I highly encourage anyone who wants to do this type of business to choose Young Living as well. Okay, so we're going to talk about 5. 5. My top 5. So the first 3 have to do with product, okay? Safe, effective, budget-friendly product. That is my triple bottom line. So the first reason why I chose Young Living is because of safe, effective, and budget-friendly product. Okay? Here's a quick story. Shortly I found out I was pregnant. I was wondering what exactly was I putting on and in my body and how it might impact my unborn child.
And can I just inject here that when my girls got sick, that was when I started looking at what is going on in the environment.
It's the catalyst.
What am I, like, we each have our own story about why we started looking for healthier products to put on our bodies, and when I first started Young Living, wasn't on my radar yet. So, but it's been a life changer. Sorry, go ahead.
It's all right. So I wanted to know what was happening in and on my body with these products. And I started to do a lot of research as to where the chemicals in my food and my personal care products, cleaning products, makeup, safety of these chemicals. I wanted to know what they were and how they would affect me. I have 2 degrees in engineering.
She's smart.
And I felt like I needed another degree in chemistry just to be able to keep up with it all. For example, sodium chloride. Well, that's just salt. We're good there. Sodium bicarbonate. Well, that's just baking soda. All right, good there. Now, sodium nitrate, that is a preservative in processed meats that I didn't want to be consuming. And honestly, it was really hard. Tidbit, fun fact, not so fun fact, but a fact nonetheless. The Toxic Substance Control Act of 1976 grandfathered an estimated 65,000 to 100,000 chemicals currently on the market today, which were never tested for safety.
Never.
To add insult to injury, of the chemicals that were tested, toxic labeling is only required if 50% or more of the animals tested with said chemical died. Let that sink in. I want y'all to give me a wow face if you didn't know that. Or if you thought the FDA or EPA were looking out for you. They're not.
Yeah. Well, and even today when a chemical is added to the market, it's never tested in conjunction with any other chemical.
Mm-mm. Well, and
we don't use just one chemical at a time, especially like cleaning chemicals in our homes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, and let's just go back to that previous statistic. Okay, so again, 49% of the animals died, and that was okay. That can be in your product. 50, not okay. And toxic labeling was only required if more than 50% of the animals died. All right, I'm not about fear-mongering at all, but I think we all need to be wise about what we're putting in and on our bodies, especially since anything we put on our skin gets into our bloodstream in about 20 seconds. And for the record, I'm not against all chemicals. After all, water is a chemical. I'm against yucky chemicals that we know are linked to cancer, neurological disorders, liver disease, hormone disruption, premature aging, and on and on. And these chemicals are everywhere. Okay, in 2014, a friend of mine introduced me to Young Living, and for the first dozen or so products I purchased, I looked up every ingredient on every label. That's just who I am. Do you know what I found? I found a company where my family and I can safely use their products and save myself the misery of said chemistry degree. And much respect to my chemistry friends. I just didn't want to have to go through that.
You didn't want to spend your time doing that.
I did not want to spend my time doing that just so that I didn't have to worry about what was going in and on my body. But the bonus is that not only are these safe, because we were just talking about safe, they're also effective, they work, and they're budget friendly. So when I say budget friendly, I am talking about other natural products, okay? If you're used to buying everything at the dollar store,
it's not going to be a comparable price.
No, but if you're used to looking at healthier, more natural stuff, you're going to find that Young Living's products are less expensive consistently. As a matter of fact, Young Living's products, particularly like cleaning products and some of the other stuff, are less expensive than the yucky chemical stuff that you get at the store.
That's true.
So, it's dollar for dollar. This is a great company. Okay, so I talked about my triple bottom line. And the next one I'm going to talk about is top quality products. All right. Young Living is known for these 3 words: seed to seal. Young Living Young Living is the only essential oil company in the world that does these five things. Okay, 5 things. Let's put my hand over there. 5 things.
5 things.
Okay. All 5 of these things. 1. Okay, give me my hand. Okay. 1.
Here.
There we go. They own their own farms. 2, they distill their own farm materials. 3, they test their own essential oils in-house and send to very reputable third-party labs for testing. 4, they bottle their own essential oils. And 5, they ship direct to customers from their own warehouses. You can even visit the farms, which we both have done, and every step of the process. You can see the full transparency, and that means a lot to me. Just as a side note, these products are not, essential oils are not regulated. Our personal care products are not really regulated. I mean, and it meant a lot to me that I could see full transparency of the entire process and know that this was the real deal. Real deal. And the commitment that they demonstrate to research, quality, and purity for their essential oils translates to every product they sell. So we're not just talking about, oh yeah, they've got great essential oils, but everything else is like, eh. It's like, no, it's excellent. I'll give you a quick story. My mom, who's in her 80s, and I have been taking multigreens daily for a few years because it's greens. Like, who doesn't need more greens, right? And if you know why one wants more greens in their diet, then you know that one usually has to eat a lot of greens to experience the benefit. And in the past, I had tried many green supplements, and none of them have helped in what I was trying to accomplish. So since I was taking multigreens and having measurable results, I started to ask the question, why? Why is that? So I did a little research, and I'm going to read a quote to you. According to the Essential Oil Desk Reference, quote, before putting essential oils in multigreens, there was 42% blood absorption in 24 hours. I'm going to pause here for the quote for a second. 42% is still way better than what you would get at like a GNC. Most of those you eat and it comes right through you. It's like 5 at most 10% effective. Right. There's no bioavailability there. Right. So 42% is still good, but listen to this. I'm continuing the quote. After adding essential oils to multigreens, blood absorption increased to 86% in 1 hour.
Wow.
The conclusion was that the cells were now receiving nutrients that they had previously not been able to assimilate. That's impressive to me. That means that when I'm taking a supplement, when I'm using a product, I'm going to get the intended results. And each Young Living product is backed with the same care and attention to detail and research, which is nice, again, for someone like myself who'd rather just find a company that I can trust and move on to other things. I don't want to have to research everything. And I've found that freedom with Young Living. That sounded a little weird. I found that freedom with Young Living. Okay. My next point is also about product, and that is they have a large variety of products.
I stole her line.
She stole my line! So don't get me wrong, I really do enjoy a good pair of leggings or quality set of cleaning cloths, but after I've purchased what I want, I'm all set. I'm not going to be needing more for a while. Young Living's product line includes 500 products you consume and replace regularly, so you're never spending outside of your existing budget. Their product line allows you to comfortably replace existing products you are already using. For example, you want to manage your weight or improve nutrition with real food? Check. Want to remove yucky chemicals from your makeup, air freshener, cleaning and personal care products, medicine cabinet products, and smell amazing? Done. Okay, want to revitalize your medicine cabinet with natural healthy solutions like pain cream, cough drops, bug repellent, sunscreen, and more? Easy. And they have an amazing rewards program called Essential Rewards for free product and to earn 10 to 25% back in points towards free product, which encourages lifestyle customers who will keep your business strong. Mm-hmm. I will say that I'm at the 25% marker. Oh, yeah. And because of that, so like I have to start like accounting for that in the cost. So sometimes when I'm doing a price comparison, because I'm a wholesale member, I get 24% off retail to start with. And then I get 25% back in points on top of that. And so there have been times when I'm like, well, this is a good product on Amazon and it's less expensive. But then when I've done the math, it's not. It's not. Like I've consistently found this is where the budget friendly consistently comes in.
Right. And you usually on Essential Rewards, they will send you just free products too, based on your volume. You just get free stuff on top of
your points.
On top of the points.
I average about $150 worth of free product every month. Mm-hmm.
Yep,
just free product. Like it a lot.
Who likes free?
Free.
Well, hearts for free.
Hearts and likes for free. Give me some hearts, please. Okay, so my fourth point is on values. Okay, so we talked about human life, animal life, plant life. We're going to start with the generosity and sustainability of Young Living. Okay, Young Living has a very generous compensation plan. When you are starting out, they offer a significant number of bonuses to boost you towards success. And as you build your business and become a leader, the bonuses increase exponentially. But your Young Living's generosity is not just towards its customers and business partners. They also fully fund the overhead cost of the Young Living Foundation, which means every dollar donated goes towards their mission of empowering individuals to achieve their potential and defy limitations by providing wellness and education opportunities to underserved communities. Their work includes projects to end human trafficking and slavery, combat malaria, and empower the impoverished. I am honored to partner with such a generous company. So speaking of human life, so let's jump to animal life. Real quickly, they do not do any animal testing. None. No animal testing. And they don't need to because the stuff that they're using do not contain yucky chemicals.
Right.
So there's no need to do any animal testing because we all know how coconut oil works.
Right.
Right? Okay. And they do employ animals because since they own their own farms, they do employ animals, and their animals are very well tended. I mean, you can go to the barns and the stables, and this is like a very happy place. And it's a working farm. It's not like they stop to put on a show for us when we go.
So you can just show up at the farm. You can show up and say, hey, I'd like to work today. They'll
put you to work.
They'll find you something to do.
Yeah. I mean, when I've planted. Mm-hmm. I have...
I got to water all the lavender starts one year.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So if you have a lavender, I have part in that.
That's wonderful. And let's talk about the plants. They all grow their plants organically and sustainably. And what I mean by that, I don't know if y'all knew this, but organic doesn't really actually mean a whole lot. The FDA does allow a certain number of chemicals, like copper sulfate, to be used on organic product. And you need to wash that stuff pretty well because copper sulfate is not healthy. It's considered organic because they're not using it's more of a physical pesticide herbicide as opposed to a chemical pesticide herbicide. But it is still something you need to wash and get that stuff off of there. And a lot of people don't know that. And so FDA does allow certain organic stuff to have, again, it's not like atrazine or some of the other chemicals out there that are known as endocrine disruptors, etc. This is a little extra fun fact for you. But the point being that Young Living doesn't use any of that. So they consider themselves beyond organic because they employ standards that are far exceed what the FDA allows. And so there's that. And then sustainable. They actually went through, so there's an oil, I'm just going to grab this right here, called Valor. And this oil is well loved by pretty much anyone in Young Living. And they actually went through a whole process. I want some too. Thank you. Oh man, I wish you could smell this.
Yeah. And this is old school Valor. This is the original Valor.
Yes, awesome.
Which Christine is explaining.
So the original Valor had an oil in it that was endangered. Mm-hmm. And they went through a whole process of reformulating it and sourcing something else so that they were not using something that had been put on the endangered list. Yep. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that. I'm really honored that this company cares about, I mean, I don't want to sound cheesy, but they care about the environment. Mm-hmm. And they employ practices that honor where we live, honor this earth and where we live. So, organic and sustainable. I want to go back to the generosity to humans, you know, to us. and I want to touch on this for one second, because sometimes what people have said was, I think Young Living might be expensive. Well, it's not. A lot of people, you need to learn how to use the product. Everything is very concentrated. So you have to be thinking about Costco, right? So you get this one little bottle, but this bottle actually makes 4 bottles. So you have to know a little bit about it. So I tell folks, don't look at the catalog and don't get sticker shocked, because if you think it's expensive, you don't know really how to use the product. I'm actually often surprised at how inexpensive their stuff is, considering what goes into it. But I will also say that the other thought was, oh, well, because Young Living is paying people thank you checks, that's why the prices are increased. No, incorrect. Not true. Instead of Young Living paying millions and billions of dollars in advertising, they are sending us thank you checks for referring their product to others. Mm-hmm. Again, this is something you're already doing. And so this is how they are generous with the people who are using and loving their product. And I think that's important, because, we're looking at a world where there's a lot of, suspicion and
well, and in the traditional sense, where everyone's out for $1, but what I get to do is help other people make money.
Yeah, I like it. It's so rewarding.
So I get to look at other people who were where I was 6 years ago and help them to make money so that they can stay home with their kids. They can spend, give money to their causes that they care about.
Right.
And not be so stressed out all the time.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, honored to be a part of this company. One more.
Okay.
Number 5.
Hang in there. We're almost done.
Number 5. Number 5. How long have we been on? Okay. Ooh, we're running. Okay. Number 5.
We're running out of time.
Okay. Young Living. So the last one, number 5, is the reputation of the company. Okay. Young Living has been around for more than 20 years and keeps getting better. Right. We talked about farms, right? Young Living's founder was a farmer. Like, he really knew this stuff. And not only that, he's actually known as the father of modern day distillation. So we're not talking about somebody who was dependent on somebody else's third-party knowledge. We're talking about firsthand innovator in the field, which is great. And Young Living's customer service is also outstanding. Young Living leaders, such as Carrie and I, also provide customer support to empower individuals to reach their wellness and or financial goals. Young Living's business leaders, such as myself and Carrie, go the extra mile to educate new members on Young Living's products and encourage a healthy lifestyle for customers. So whether you choose to educate others to get your product for free or to grow a team for time and financial freedom, we will be cheering you on. every step of the way.
Okay.
Young Living's dedication to its customers creates a cooperative environment for personal growth and a loyal customer base. I don't just use the product, I truly am a product of the product. And in 2015 and every year since, Young Living exceeded $1 billion in sales with markets all over the world, and did so with integrity and natural holistic wellness options for everyone and everywhere, including your kids, your babies, and your pets. And these are just a few reasons. I could go on, but...
Can I add something to
Yeah.
that? We are also all over the world. So I've got people in my business that are in other countries.
I have, yeah.
And I didn't know them,
Europe.
when I started. So, but if you know somebody in Italy, you can refer these products to them in Italy.
Yeah.
And
I got Young Living fam in Germany.
yay.
So, like I said, those are just a few reasons, but out of time, respect for your time, I'm going to stop here and hand it over to Carrie. Close us out, Carrie.
Yay. Okay, so thank you for hanging in there with us. There's a couple different kinds of people that are still here watching this video or presentation. There are those that are ready to get started, that want a business and are ready to get started with that. There are those that are just interested in getting some of the products or trying the products.
Absolutely.
And then there are probably some of you out there that still aren't quite sure, or you want to check with your spouse or significant other before you make a decision, or you've got some more questions. So I'm going to give each of you a little assignment. Okay, so if you are ready to get started from a business perspective, what I want you to do is to get back to the person
Who
that
invited you.
invited you, or whose post you saw that led you here. And they will help you get started and help you every step of the way.
Yes.
What I really love about this system is that you don't have to figure it out yourself.
No.
It's all laid out there for you. If you're coachable and you do the program, you'll be successful.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so if you are interested in the products, but you're not sure that you want to do a business right now, that's fine too. Again, your assignment is to get back with the person who invited you,
Yes.
or whose post you saw. I highly recommend, this is my recommendation to you, is that you become a wholesale member. And you can buy products retail, but that's kind of dumb. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. A wholesale membership will get you 24% off the retail price of all of the products.
Yes.
There's no monthly, you don't have to order anything monthly. There's no annual renewal fee.
You never have to do the business.
You never have to do the business, but you get access to these great products, and you get access to the Essential Rewards program that we
Yes.
talked about. So you've got access to free things.
Yes.
So the last group of people, if you are interested but you still have questions, again, get back to the person who invited you. So really, the assignment is the same for all of you.
Yes.
But they will be able to answer all of your questions. Now, I will say, if you want someone else's opinion before you get started, if it's your spouse or significant other, I would suggest that you
Watch the video.
have them watch this video
Yeah.
before you get back to the person. It just will help answer a lot of questions before. So respect everyone's time a little bit. And then there may be one or two of you out there who think, I'm okay with what I'm buying and I don't really need any more income. So you're really not interested at all. But I bet some point during this presentation, someone came to your mind, or maybe a couple people came to your mind. You're like, you know what? I bet Susie would really enjoy doing this. So what I would ask for you to do is to make that connection between your friend Susie and your friend who invited you. I know this concept and this company has done amazing things for my life, and I can't imagine if I hadn't been introduced to the business. So I promise your friend will appreciate you for doing that. And if you decide that this isn't for you, we can still be friends.
We'll still love you.
It's not a big deal. So
it's for everybody, but not everybody might want to take advantage of it
right now. So
right now,
yeah,
we
love everything about this business, and I would love to share this in a one-on-one situation with you and help you get started, and help you in any way that I can.
Absolutely.
So, okay. So, any questions you have, shoot me a message, shoot Christine a message, post. Were you monitoring for questions?
I was, yeah.
Okay.
So one of the questions that I had that came up was, will the video be available? Yes. So all the fun happened now.
Right.
But
and it didn't pixelate at all this time.
But the video will be available afterwards. So actually, if you watch this and you're like, oh my goodness, I would like my friend to be able to watch this, you can invite them to this event. Actually, what I'll probably do is I will post the link to this video. Like, I will post this video in Health Systemics.
Okay, and I'll post it in the Bottled Lightning YouTube channel.
Okay.
So it'll be 2 places for you to get.
Yes, so that you can find it, and you can. We'll post links actually in the event, so you can find it as well. So that way, if you're sending it to somebody, you can just send them a YouTube video, or you can send them a link to the Facebook page that will have the information.
Right.
One question that we often get, real quick, is, what do I have to put out there to get started?
$1 million.
$1 million.
Paid payable to Kathy Brooks.
So, you mean Bernie Madoff?
Oh, yeah.
Carrie Madoff. Carrie Madoff. No, it's actually less than $200. And the beautiful part of it is that so like there's 4 kits. The 4 kits, I'll just give you real quickly. If you're interested in nutrition, you're going to be asking about the Nisha Red Kit. If you're interested in personal care and cleaning products, you're going to be asking about the Thieves Kit. If you're interested in beauty, you're going to be asking about the Makeup Kit. And then if you're interested in, revitalizing your medicine cabinet and getting rid of smells in your house, like candles and air fresheners, which are known as the #1 indoor toxin in your home, if you're looking at changing that up, then I suggest the Essential Oils Kit, which is like 11 oils with a diffuser. And each one of these kits is between 40 and, I think the math, like 40 to 60% off retail pricing. So it is it's like you're not buying into the business, you're buying product at 40 to 50% off, which is great, because
and if you go back to the 3 steps is to use the products. So these are your first products to try, is what you're getting with your kit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it just makes so much sense to do it that way.
Well, and you're saving so much money. I mean, so just full disclosure, I have bought 6 starter kits at this point. I've bought 5 of the diffusers because I want a diffuser for my home, and every time I buy one of those, I use all the oils in this oils kit. So I buy one of those. So I bought 4 of those, and I recently bought a makeup kit. Can you tell?
So pretty. So pretty. All right, any other questions?
Okay, wait, we got one here. For existing wholesale, if I remember correctly, we can pre-purchase enrollment kits so people can join us. Yes. You can buy what's called a flip kit if you want. So if you're an existing wholesale member and you want to purchase a flip kit, you can. I don't typically recommend that.
I've never done it.
I don't recommend it. And the reason why I don't recommend it, again, is I don't want anybody to carry product.
Right.
I don't want anybody to put out there any amount of money and carry product. We're not doing direct sales here. We're doing investment. So what we want to do, what I do is I have these kits, and I use these oils, but then I keep like the bottles, and I'm like, here, smell this. Look at my pretty diffuser.
Right. So you can, but
and some people do it, and that's great. I just don't recommend it because of the financial outlay. Again, what we're proposing is that anyone can do this, and if you're starting to buy these flip kits, and other people will look at your business and say, oh, do I have to buy these flip kits too? And that may be more money than they can put out. Mm-hmm. So for the sake of being duplicatable, I don't typically recommend that. But yes, Carrie, you can.
There's another. Oh, yep.
Yes, Terry.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Like, Nisha Red has saved my life. I love that stuff.
I call Nisha Red the nectar of the gods. And I feel that way because my body, like, I will get to the end of the day someday, and so my body is like, you didn't take your Nisha Red.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's the only product I've ever overnighted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dense nutrition.
Oh, it is, definitely. But I do I can train for an hour and a half just on one product.
There's books.
So, and again, once you have your wholesale membership kit, you have access to all of the product training, so that you can use different products. But the side hustle format is you don't do product training per se for like you don't do a class in a product.
You don't. I mean, there are Facebook pages, Facebook groups. There's a lot of information online. So what we're trying to do is help folks understand that to be successful, you don't have to be an expert in the product. And actually, I recommend you don't become an expert in the product, because what I prefer is that you use the product, love it, and now who goes out and is an expert in shampoo?
Sorry.
Are you an expert in shampoo? Really?
No.
Oh. I was like, do tell. I had no idea. I was like, what is this? Because yeah, okay. But I mean, that's the point, is that, most of the product training that I do is to help people figure out how to get the most bang for their buck.
Right.
Hey, you know what? Do this with your shampoo and you get 3 bottles out of 1. That's typically what I do.
And there's so much information out there that you don't need to spend a whole lot of time.
And there's reference guides.
And you've got, just call us if you have a question. Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
We are 6 minutes past schedule. So, any last questions? Anyone? Going once, going twice?
I'm checking through. I do not see questions.
All right. Then we're going to let you go. Thanks for hanging in there. If you don't hear from the person that invited you, call them.
Yes.
I can't read that. What can
I add Thieves Household Cleaner to my laundry for a boost.
Ooh, yay.
Not too much, though. It'll get too sudsy.
Actually, I use it in the dishwasher, too.
For shame.
For shame. All right. Love you guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Maybe I'm going to